one of Australia's best and most successful sports shows for many years, in the hands of Eddie Maguire and Sam Newman.
Wow.
May last year, there was a change in direction, and our very own Lehmo took over as host. And what happened?
No, that's when my hosting ended. I took over in March.
Oh, sorry.
That's when my hosting ended.
Right. Okay. So from March to May, what happened, Dal? Get in the couch, lie down. What happened?
Well, the short version is we didn't rate enough, so we got boned. But I'll give you a slightly longer version than that. So at the end of 2018, the powers that be decided that they needed a slight change in direction. So that meant going to a new cast. And when I was invited on board, my feeling was we needed to change the name as well.
Oh, hang on, pausing there. Who was on it at the point there? Like, so was it?
So it was Ed. It was Eddie. It was back to the original cast. It was Eddie, and Sam Newman were the core cast members, and then you had a sort of a suite of footballers who sort of came through the show. Mm-hmm. But they were the two.
Sam Newman was involved in many controversies, which led them to finally go, that's enough.
He was indeed. But it was a legendary and iconic show over 25 years.
25 years.
And hugely successful, which you just cannot deny. And Eddie and Sam, to a greater extent, were the absolute cornerstone of that success of that show.
100%, yeah.
But they decided to go for a cast change, and I had argued that we should have a name change as well, because really when it came back as the Footy Show, and there was me, so they've gone from Eddie and Sam to me, Nerily Meadows, and Dylan Alcott, and Fev, but Fev had been involved with the previous show. Yeah. When people turn on their tellies, it goes, Footy Show, same intro, everything's the same.
Oh, wow.
But they see us sitting there.
Yeah, that looks like a budget cut, doesn't it, really?
Well, it does. It does.
That looks like a cost saver to 9. As a shareholder, I go, well, we've saved some cash, but what have we done here?
Well, cause you know what I used to say at the time, and this was sort of time relevant, April last year, is I used to say it's like people have come back for the final season of Game of Thrones, and it's a quirky comedy set in a New York apartment. And everyone's like, hang on a sec, where are the dragons? Where are the special effects?
And there's a lady.
So tell us about when you got that phone call. So they rang you to replace Eddie Maguire?